So, look what I'm bringing you today. It is pine cones. Oh. So I brought pine cones today because we're gonna paint them. We're gonna make some nice Christmas decorations for your home or anything you want to decorate. I don't know. I cleaned them first. I recommend you do that too, so you don't have to paint on dirt. Because boy, were they dirty. They didn't look dirty on first sight, but they were. I had to wash them like 5 times until they were somewhat clean. Then I left them to dry on my heating. My first idea is as simple as it is effective. We're just using golden acrylic color to paint this pine cone, and it will glitter like it's made of pure gold. You don't have to paint the inner side of the pine cone. My pine cones are also still a little bit dirty on the inside, some of them. So I recommend you focus on the outside, and the inner dark of the pine cone gives a nice contrast to the outer color. The footage you see is at 10 times the speed of the original speed I painted in, but I think I finished this pine cone in a little bit under 4 minutes, so it's very doable. So I'm giving you a little fast forward here. I also painted a black cone and a dark green cone. I still have plans with them later, you will see. I want a pine cone that is like white and light blue, like an icy ice cone. I wanted a color gradient in this pine cone, from light blue to white. The top of the pine cone is very white. I want the most part of the pine cone to be white, but then a little blend to blue. So I'm at first being very careful with the blue, but then I'm adding more, and I'm starting to really like the result. I like this one quite a lot. Let's make the silver pine cone. It's pretty straightforward, I would say. Ah! My silver's clumpy. No. Progressing forward through this project, the thing most painted by me is actually becoming my fingers. Oh my god, it is so hard to not make the whole pine cone dirty again with some blue or green when I'm painting the silver cone. Next to my acrylic colors, I also have some fluid glitter that I'm going to apply to different cones as well. But for this one, I just wanted to try what happened if I left this cone naturally and only added the glitter. And surprisingly, I really like the effect, and this is one of my favorite cones. Yeah, this was kind of a bad idea because I used acrylic color instead of glue because I didn't want to just get up from my place. But I really should have used glue, I think. Everything looks cute with goggly eyes. So I told myself, but if you looked closer, you would see that the eyes are surrounded by white color. Yikes. But my streak of misjudgment wasn't about to end just yet. You remember the black cone from the beginning of the video? I wanted to paint on top of it. So add a tiny thin little layer of gold. But it's getting black again, my brush. I was too impatient to wait for the black to dry completely. So my gold was just getting so dirty. Okay, let's do this later. And that was finally a good decision again that I made. There's one bad decision left for this video, but you'll see later. This color is copper, by the way. Back to black. What? I'm working on the black one again? I only waited 2 cones in between? Alright. I mean, that does explain why it still didn't work so well. I mean, it still worked, but it turned out a lot darker than I imagined it. For this cone I have planned something special. Can you guess it? Can you guess what it's supposed to be in the end? Well, if you can't, no worries. It's still not done, we'll work on it later, and I will reveal it later. On a hunch, I decided to cover the silver cone a tiny little bit with glitter as well. This could have easily been the next bad decision I was talking about earlier. Fortunately, I stopped early enough with the blue glitter, because the dark blue was just really getting a lot in my face. It didn't match very well with the light blue, so I switched to silver glitter again. This pine cone receives a glitter treatment too. And if you still can't see it, why is this pine cone the only one that has still a stem left? Honestly, at this point I feel like I have given so many hints. If you don't get it until now, maybe look into the comments of the video if someone has an idea what it is. Because I don't feel like saying anything about it now. Because it's that obvious to me.
It still looks a little bit damaged.
Then I found a pine cone I hadn't painted yet.
Okay, let's go for dark blue.
The color from the white pine cone was still a little bit wet, so I made it pretty dirty with my dirty fingers. And it was so annoying, oh my god. This was the last bad decision I made in this video. Because this pine cone was the last one missing, I put glitter on a surface that was pretty wet still. So it didn't look very good in the end.
Now we'll just have to let it dry. And then I'll showcase the results. Oh, my fingers are so dirty.
All in all, I'm very happy with how they turned out. At least most of them. Even this black golden one is kind of nice. But in my opinion, even more important than the results, I had a ton of fun doing them. Best for the end. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next art video. Bye!